Hey guys, this week's project will be a furry penguin. And by furry penguin I mean of course the baby emperor penguins, which have these grey downy feathers when they're young. Ah, they look so cute. Anyway, let's get started. For the materials, I will be using the King Cole Yummy yarn in white, silver, yellow and navy blue. You can of course substitute the blue for black, but I just wanted to try the blue out. You can see a full list of all the materials I used in the description box below. So anything that I forgot to show on screen or mention will always be listed there. I started off by crocheting what to me looks like duck feet, although I was aiming for just bird feet in general, but I think I landed on duck feet. Maybe it's because these are indeed yellow, but penguins don't actually have yellow feet. You know what? I'm overthinking this, it's fine. The whole point of these is to simplify and take certain liberties with proportion and add a dash of artistic panache. Okay, now I've gone the other way. Enough excuses. I just tapered the feet slightly so I'd end up with something akin to a trapezoid and then put them aside. I will sew them on later. I began the legs slightly rounded to replicate the cute little stubby legs that the chicks have. I didn't make them too long as I wanted to keep that stubby sort of look, and after I made 2 of them, I joined them together. With the legs finally joined, I just crocheted up the body, and here's a quick time lapse so you can see my progress as the rows grew. I also made sure to taper off towards the neck, which is where I would be joining the arms or fins. Flippers? I don't know. I'll call them arms for now. Using the silver yarn, I next crocheted the arms in a slightly similar way to the feet, but in reverse and again slightly rounded. I started off small and grew the arms at the top by slowly increasing my stitches with each row. After making 2 of these, I then attached them by crocheting them into one of the rows before moving on to the head. With the arms crocheted in, I carried on for a few more rows before briefly switching to the white yarn and then finishing the head with the navy blue. Okay, I'm just cutting the video here to show the feet off again. So I basically went back and sewed the feet onto the amigurumi after I'd finished the entire amigurumi. So here are the feet. To make the eyes, I crocheted a semicircle and put some safety eyes on the edge of the flat side in the middle. So I did this again for the other eye and then sewed them both onto the head of the penguin. After the safety eyes were locked into place, I could then obviously finish off and close up the entire head. I usually have to wait to close off the head because obviously I have the safety eyes to put in, but if you're not using safety eyes and you're going to do some crochet eyes instead or embroider the eyes, then you can go ahead and finish off the head as usual. But because I'm using the safety eyes, I need to have access to the inside of the head. Hence, that's usually everything's left out of whack because of that. I crocheted a small yellow beak, and that will be sewed on later on. I will reveal that when I do the eyes and everything else, so it will all be in one shot. Okay, so I won't bore you with my knitting efforts here, as you might already know how well that generally goes down, as in not well at all. So I knitted the scarf off camera, mostly off camera, but here, as you can see, it's just straight. I didn't even do the purl, I just did the knits. It's a straight line, nothing to write home about. It's the easiest I can get along with without driving myself mad. Okay, so the hat was a slightly different story. I did start it in the round, but then promptly changed my mind because I didn't like the way it was going, and I wanted to have that ribbed look. Obviously I didn't want to knit this, that would have been a nightmare, but I decided to do a ribbed version, so just basically using half double crochets in rows. I went backwards and forwards until I had the length that I wanted and needed, and then cinched one end shut basically, and then folded the other one to the other side to get the completed hat. I then brought out my pom-pom maker and decided to make a cute little pom-pom for the end of the hat. Now, making of the pom-poms, pretty easy. It's the cutting it down to shape and the trimming it down to the shape that just creates so much mess, and it kind of seems like a thankless task, but just keep going and you'll get a round shape eventually. So that's what I basically did. And with that, all that's left to do is to finish off this pom-pom. While you watch me trim it, I would just like to say thank you all very much for watching, and if you'd like to see more, please like, share, comment, and even consider subscribing. And if you're feeling generous, then please also consider buying me a cup of coffee on Ko-fi. The link to my Ko-fi page will be linked in the description box below. Don't forget to hit that bell button to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, enjoy the happy feet, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!